Good morning. We are on an Arakni Slip Through the Cracks Leet Speak match. If there's anything I want to really put in versus Arakni. I'm really happy with this. For anyone who missed the previous videos, we're currently on a bit of a rejig where I've pushed all the combo into the sideboard. If people aren't playing a very slow deck, it's just not needed in the current build. Something I'm a little disappointed at, the arcane, whatever it's called, blue card that just turns off combo attempts really messes with the game, and you know, I find that to be a big shame, basically. I need to throw something at him. It's probably the tilling, because the striking arsenal is going to be really good. Like, I could have thrown the E-strike for 7, for 1 more, but he's going to be able to full block it from hand anyway. And I'd rather have the Earth card in the bin. Spelling's at a poor time, but I think it just goes in the bin and gets decomposed. If enough goes in the bin, I might be able to get it back with a plume later. Things to play, but he's not going to be doing much. Basically, it's worth feeding him a card either way, I think. In this case, 2 cards. I'm going to take 1, and yeah, basically when you get it down to that, it's just a 50-50 pretty much as to whether or not they're going to hit. So, taking 1 damage, get 2 in light and strike them for 7. That feels good. I'm very happy with that trade. My only sadness is they didn't hit an Earth card on the top. Taking 7, this is also happy times for me. This turn. These are basically filler in the deck. I ran out of good blues while jigging pots into the sideboard. They block 3. They do a little bit of extra work into gravy bones and into killing Polycranker because nobody likes the parrot. So that's why they're in. They very occasionally get to do the Surge of Fate. Very occasionally, after boarding. But realistically, they don't. Hitting, I think. I don't care about. I'd like them to banish the top card here and there, if I'm honest. Fortunately, they got a card, but what do you do? And this is just going to get 6 because we can't sink below it. I want to use these. Yeah, them drawing a card is unfortunate, but they did banish an Earth card, and that's to my benefit, really. Especially now we found a felling. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I mean they've got flick knives, but that's not going to give it any pluses. If they're going to do this, they're going to basically do, we'll call it 8 from hand. This is going to be for like 12. It's a lot. 8. That's not too bad. I think we do that. It's a big overblock, but I feel like they're going to commit to it. I'm just going to risk it. I could respond with those, but you know, in theory, this could be a bait. So yeah, this is fine. Could make this 9, but is there any point? Uh, um, no, if they have shreddy things, they have shreddy things, and we just live with it. Yeah, because the plus wouldn't have mattered. You know, welcome to having your hand absolutely shredded by bombs of agony, though. Like, nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to lose my fellings. That's, you know, that's sad. But they are going to get my ability massively turned on. I only took 2. And this is reasonable into Arsenal as well. You know, it's kind of be pretty careful about that. Love how they still have damage after that attempt. Like, assassin cards are so overrated, right? It's unbelievable how good their cards are. Like, you know, I lost my entire hand to them pretty much there, right? And I still took 8 damage. And because this is basically 5 damage, but it'll block it, and annoyingly, none of my cards block efficiently. Like to not be hit by that, if I'm honest. I think we have to get from that. either. There's quite a lot of good cards on there that they could throw. I think I don't want that. They left me a felling in the bin, which I think is a very big mistake because it's one that I can fetch back. They're pretty good because I get my felling back for free. The only question here is, do I throw the burn bear first? Because it's more efficient on the hand. That's fine. Yeah, so they can't use that. That's perfect. They'll try and keep the Everbloom life because it would be nice. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent, I think. Strike back, it's not a bad choice, and then we get to throw some big boy felling. I mean, that thing's a pain in the ass because it's just taking cards out of my deck. You know, he's got a good chance of fatiguing me, and I kind of wish I'd put the Everblooms in. Oh, this is a lot. Oh, if only snag. This DNC is pretty strong here. I'll definitely block it. I pretty much should block it because I get roughly the same value either way. Just a shame the burn bears the card in hand because it's what I don't really want to have to block with. So if I don't block that, I die. You know, I'm nearly dead in a way. Like I'm in a bad place. He's still on 14. He's had some very big turns. And I'm now onto the skipping turns bit. Like I can't kill him from 14, so kind of done. You know, unless he gets a complete I've choked hand. And he's, the Blood Rat codexes, despite being very much overlooked by the other codex, are an absolute nightmare that they are basically creating 2 free damage every turn. It's a very healthy number. All good choices here. Like, I have to double block this, right? And that means I lose. That's the be all and end all of it. I'm dead this turn. Like, I have to do that, or he flick knives me and I lose. And then he just attacks with something and I die, basically. This is unfortunate game. He's had a very... I'm dead anyway. There we go. Sure. That's a good game, but... Where's that place? That's like... Yeah, the 21 damage turns are huge, right? Like... That was the one I kind of passed comment on, I think, where I was just like, so much damage because they have so many high rate cards. Like, 23 value turn. That's like as much as some of the Verdance combo turns are. Very, very scary. I don't know if I should have tried to put combo into this. I could have just sat blocking more and maybe hit them with something big, but the problem is he has so many banish effects because in Assassin you run the risk of accidentally getting nude. I don't know. I feel like some of my cards just came at really awkward times and held me up, but also I just, the classic things like I don't think it was the wrong play in the Bonds of Agony turn to hold that felling, because I had to hold something, and odds were relatively high he would not be able to do yet another plus/minus damage block card. And he did, and that is the gamble. But like Bonds is always kind of a nightmare, right? If your hand isn't full of D-reacts, you are either committing to a full block and he's an assassin with go again. So if you commit to a full block, they just annihilate you with the next card, or you try and play properly around it, and sometimes it just backfires. It's assassin life. They, there's the pile of cards. Like, Bonds is so insanely overrate. Leave No Witness is overrate. Frailty's overrate. I'd argue things like this is surprisingly efficient, even though it's a 1 damager. Just a nick is crazy, It doesn't have a drawback. I've had people try and defend it like, oh, it only works on 1 or less. It's like, yeah, that's like all the good cards. And it's a 3 block. Like, I think that card might have been balanced as a 2 block, where if you can't use it, it is bad. But the fact is, it's like, no, it's literally +5 damage, and it takes an extra card off the top of your deck, which helps fatigue you. It's horrible. I just it's interesting when you look at classes and go, look at how much good stuff they've got, and then you look at Verdance and you're like, Earth and Wizard has got good cards, don't get me wrong, and Verdance is a very strong hero, but like, look at this pile of shit, frankly, right? It is a big heap of crap, some really powerful generics, and then basically all propped up by the fact that Felling the Storm is amazing and that Storm Striders is amazing. And it's like, it is weird when you've got this and then you're looking at, this pile and going, wow, like every fucking card is shit hot. You can tell they like assassins. But yeah, that game is what it is. They ended up very far ahead. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.